Here's a tool that lets you automate almost anything. Sending Instagram messages, automating client responses, writing emails replies with ChatGPT, all without doing any actions. The best part? You simply drag and drop module. You connect them and then you're done. It's a little like you're playing a game. There's even an AI assistant that can build the automation for you. And the price? It's free. In this video, I'll break down what Make actually is, what you can do with it, and how to build simple scenario step by step. By the end of this video, you'll understand how Make works, and you'll be able to build 90% of the automations you need with confidence. So first, what is Make? To make it clear for you, let me show you a few examples. So here is a first example. Every time you receive a customer email, it will write a custom response with ChatGPT, and it will then write a draft directly in your email application. Here is another one. Every time you receive a message or a comment on Instagram, it will write a custom response. And the last example, you can create social media posts automatically. For example, this one take a blog that you've read, it converts it with ChatGPT, and then it posts both on LinkedIn and Facebook pages. The possibilities are endless. And to create a scenario, you only need to understand two things. Make basically works with a set of bubbles called module. Each bubble or module corresponds to an application. You can think basically of every application that you know, and Make will have them in their list. I've just told you that there is two things you need to understand. So for the example, we'll start out with those three ones. Each application has basically two functions. One function is to watch an event, it's called the trigger, and one function is called the action. It's simply what you are going to do once the trigger is triggered. So for example, this WhatsApp module is a trigger. You can see that it watches events. So every time you receive a message in WhatsApp, you will be able to add some action. This one watches email on Gmail, and this one watches messages on Instagram. So once you have your trigger, you will then need to add some action. And you can do that simply by dragging and dropping a link between two modules. So now every time WhatsApp business receives a messages, it will automatically make this link action, which is send a messages to someone else. I can basically link every application I want, but it can also be different application. For example, every time I receive an Instagram message, I can just link it to send a WhatsApp business message. So just keep in mind every time you have a trigger that you link to some actions. So now let's dive a bit deeper in a scenario. I'm gonna walk you through every step of a more complex scenario. This one watch every email that you receive. It then verify on a spreadsheet what type of email is it? Is it a customer complaint? Is it a customer feedback? Is it maybe a job application? It then writes a custom ChatGPT response, and finally at the end it will write a draft email in your favorite mail application. Alright, so now we have a complete Make scenario. Always keep in mind we have the trigger here, and then we have a list of action after. So now let's explore a little more the trigger. When I click on a module, I get a set of settings. For example, this one watch all my emails, but I'm gonna choose here some specific options. For example, I just want the email to be watched when they are in the inbox folders. Here we have also an option to mark email as read when they are fetched, and I don't want it because I want my draft to be written, but I still want to be able to check which messages I have received. So I'm gonna check no. So every time Make read an email, it will still be displayed as unread later. Alright, so on this first module, a lot of things were already set by default, so I don't have to change much. Let's go on the second one, which is an action. So here we dive into the heart of Make. Those space here are called field. When I click on a field, you can see that I have a list of parameters that appear. All those parameters are field that comes from the precedent module. This means that when I'm in the fourth module, I can access to all the parameters of Gmail, but also the first agent, and then the Google Sheet fields. Whereas in the second module, I could only access to the parameter that were before this agent. So it means only the Gmail parameter. And this makes sense, right? If I do the second action, I cannot access the information of the fourth actions yet because I just didn't do it. So the first agent that we're gonna use is going to be to filter the category of the email. Here I've written a prompt. Please categorize the following email. And you can see that there is a colored box just after. This is what we talk about. This is an information field. Now my purpose is actually to put the full text body of the detected email into this prompt. So I will remove it to show you. So here I have access to some information about this mail. I know the date, I know the subject, I know the address of the sender, and here you can see that I also have the full text body of the email. So this is the one I'm gonna choose. So I can just drag and drop, take it and put it in the place where I want to. So now each time this module is executed, it will take the full body text of the mail and put it into this prompt. So now we have the prompt, which is the input of the module. So you're gonna ask me, how do I get the output of this module? Well, you're going to get it in the next action. So here I'm gonna go into the Google Sheet module. Now it asks me some settings. First, I need to choose where is the spreadsheet. So I connected my Google account, and then I can choose from the list of spreadsheets that I have on my Google Drive. So here I'm gonna choose business email categories and prompt. It will also ask me to select the right sheet name. And now the module wants to know what am I looking for in this spreadsheet. And you can see this is a very basic spreadsheet. In the first column, you have the category of the email. So this is request, complaint, or job application. For each category, there will be an associated prompt. So what this module is going to do is that it's going to take the output of the agent, which is the category of the email. It's going to read the spreadsheet column, and it's going to make a new output, which is the prompt of the category. So now we're going to use the output of the first agent to actually filter the column. We want to have the first column, the column A, equal to the output of the agent. Because if you remember, the agent is gonna send you the category of the email. He receives the full body of the email and he translates it into one of these category. So now we go back into the Google Sheet and we get these responses in the field. So you can see that now in the field, I have access to the Gmail setting, but also to the agent setting. So now I can just go in the parameter and I will search for the response and I just add it. So now we have our first module completely set. Let's go to the fourth one. So the fourth module is going to take the prompt from the Google Sheet and it's going to write a full email that is ready to be sent. So let's go on this fourth module. So once again, I have a field called input. What do I want to write to my AI agent? So if you remember, I have my prompt in the column B of my spreadsheet. So what I want is to go in the parameter, search for the Google Sheet module and select the B column. Now I want to have the full body of the email after the prompt. So I will have a first prompt that tells the agent what to do and then the email to write a customized answer for the customer. So then I'm gonna scroll down to search for the other modules. And here we are. We have access to the full body text of the Gmail module. Alright, so now I have my full prompt. I can customize it so I have the right format. I can also add the signature that I want. So once it's done, I will press on save. So now this agent will have a fully written email in the output. I just need to connect a new action to write a draft email. And so I right click and I add a new module. In this module, I will search for Gmail. Then I'm gonna go to Gmail and I'm gonna search for draft. And I have create a draft email. Now you can see that I have this new module connected to the first module that I've had precedently. Alright, so the first thing we want to do here is to add the recipient of the email. So I'm gonna click on add recipient and I'm gonna select the email address from the first Gmail module. So I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna go to Gmail watch email and I'm gonna take the email of the sender. Now I'm gonna go on the subject and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Here I am, I'm on Gmail watch event and I take exactly the same subject that the customer sent me. Now I want to add the body content, which is the full body of the email. So let's go into body content and click add body. What I now want is actually to select the output of the fourth module. If you remember, we have a fully customized email ready to be sent. So now I'm gonna click on the field. I'm gonna verify that this is the right agent. You can see that the number 2 agent at the number 14 and the number 4th agent at the number 17. So when I click on the field, I verify that this is the fourth agent with the number 17. And now I'm gonna just click on response and drag and drop it. And here we go. Now we have our fully complete scenario that creates a custom response for our customer. But will it work if we test it live? Let's try it. Before we test if the scenario works, you can enjoy 1 month of Pro plan for free by clicking to the link in the description. This will ensure that you can test Make in the best condition possible and create the scenario that you want. Alright, so we're now going to test the scenario with 2 persons. One is Daniel, who will look for a job application, and one is Michael, who will have a customer request. Alright, so this is the mail from Daniel, who is looking for an automation specialist position. So let's click on send. And now we have a second email from Michael, who has a question about our automations services. So let's click again on send. Alright, so now I'm gonna click on run the scenario, and I hope it works actually. Alright, so let's go for it. Alright, going good. Agent is syncing. Alright, 2 times, so he got the 2 email. Agent is syncing. And he finished the second one. Okay, we did it. Alright, so you can see I received the 2 email, the application and the question. And yes, I get the 2 drafts. Alright, so it's looking good. I have the same subject for each draft already. So let's click on the Daniel one. Alright, so dear Daniel, thank you for your application. We confirm receipt of your resume and our hiring team will review your application carefully. Alright, so it's looking very good. The format is good. And this is an email that is actually ready to be sent. So that's very good. Alright, so let's go for the second one, the customer question. Alright, so dear Michael, thank you for contacting us. Here is the information you requested. Custom automation setups for small businesses, typical pricing range, and the information we need him to answer to have an accurate quote. So this is actually very good. He has the price that you can custom in your own prompt, and he also asked for more information to have a more accurate quote after. Alright, so this is very good. We have 2 full emails ready to be sent to the customer, and each email has been customized according to the customer request. So Make basically works with a system of credits. Each time a module runs, it will consume 1 credit. For example, we've had the scenario running 2 times, so you can see there was 2 operations for this module and there was 2 credits used. For the AI agent, it can be a bit more or a bit less, depending of your prompt. Here you can see that it used 4.17 credits. So this whole scenario costed me about 20 credits. Make has a basic free plan that allows you to do most of the things. You get real-time execution monitoring, you get unlimited users, and you get 1000 credits per month, which is enough for most scenarios. The only limiting feature is that you can only have 2 active scenarios at the same time, but it's not really a limitation because you can switch between your active scenario when you need them. If you ever need more credit or scenario, you have the core plan for $9 a month, which allows you 10,000 credits, and the Pro plan at $16 a month. You get 1 month of the Pro plan for free if you click on the link below, so don't hesitate if you want to test the software with the full features. This is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe so you can have access to the next videos. If you want me to do a tutorial on a specific software, you can comment it below and tell me a little bit about what you want, and I will do my best to make a video on it. A lot of other videos are coming very soon, so stay tuned, and until the next video, I wish you a very nice day.